Economics is the study of scarcity and its implications for the use of resources, production of goods and services, growth of production and welfare over time, and a great variety of other complex issues of vital concern to society. And there's no greater concern being more vital to our society than the accessibility of resources. And the Wall Street Journal reports a tool to identify corporate earnings manipulation finds the most risk in over 40 years. Accounting fraud indicator signals coming economic trouble. Brace yourself because the manipulation of earnings from corporate America is on the rise. An ominous omen for the U.S. economy. And that is the conclusion of new research on accounting fraud using a technique that flagged Enron as an earnings manipulator several years before the energy company's spectacular 2001 implosion. Meanwhile, America's zero-sum economics isn't adding up, with stringent and debilitating industrial policy and subsidies shutting us off from the world. Prepare now, because before long we will have serious consequences to attempt to manage and overcome. So the United States has been prioritizing the relocation of manufacturing back to the country since the Trump administration, and this approach has been continued by the Biden administration. However, this policy has overlooked the benefits of international trade and investment and has been based on four major analytic fallacies. The renewed push for public investment in infrastructure, research, and innovation by the Biden administration is welcomed, but the protection of U.S.-located manufacturing against foreign competition is unnecessary and will defeat the purpose of industrial policy. While China's policies, including economic ones, are aggressive, the extent to which they pose a direct threat to the U.S. economic security is overblown. Economic decoupling from China will have costs not just to consumers and businesses, but also to U.S. military and intelligence capabilities. And therefore, further economic decoupling from China should be reconsidered. Aggressive behavior from Beijing is best confronted by diplomacy and defense capabilities. The U.S. should encourage the widespread adoption of the best technologies at home and abroad rather than favoring localized domestic production. The U.S. benefited from leading a rules-based system and constraining countries' specific behaviors. An economic and trade strategy that calls out individual countries and throws away the rules-based system defeats the goal of reordering the economic system. All at a time where people are desperately seeking answers and asking questions like, how much longer will America's regional banks hold up? Anxiously awaiting the end results likely to be inflicted despite the dangers, as policymakers mustn't intervene prematurely as the narrative is unfolding. And at first glance, it may seem like a tragedy in progress. I mean, over the past 2 weeks, 4 banks have met their demise, including 2 crypto lenders, the leading bank in Silicon Valley, and most recently, a globally significant bank. Efforts have been made at the 11th hour to safeguard customers. Emergency lending facilities have been established, and 2 major rival firms have merged. However, upon closer examination, it could be viewed as a science fiction story. During a recent talk, Thomas Philippon, a finance professor at New York University, expressed the disorienting feeling of time travel, stating, "It's almost like we've gone back to the 1980s. During that era, high inflation resulted in extreme monetary tightening, which was enthusiastically imposed by Paul Volcker, the chairman of the Federal Reserve at the time. This weakened the financial health of savings and loans banks, also known as thrifts, which primarily lent long-term fixed-rate mortgages to consumers. These institutions were subject to a deposit interest rate cap, which led to deposit outflows. Moreover, they held fixed-rate assets, which lost significant value when interest rates rose, effectively eradicating the thrift industry's net worth. And if you're concerned about this economic storm and how your IRA and 401k will fare during these turbulent times, top experts are predicting now is the time to be protecting your assets with physical gold and silver. Find out why Genesis Gold Group is the #1 recommended company and receive Genesis Gold Group's free definitive gold guide today. Or just give them a call at 1-800-200-GOLD. Visit their website, www.genesisgoldgroup.com, or pick up the phone, 1-800-200-4653. And at times like these, where many are soon to likely face extreme financial risk and challenges like never seen before, I'm focusing on survival. Surviving an economic recession can be a challenging task, but there are several steps I'm taking to prepare and protect myself and my family during these periods of high inflation, extreme uncertainty, and amplified by global conflict and Cold War threats. These include building an emergency fund. Start building an emergency fund that can cover at least 3 to 6 months of your living expenses, and this can provide a cushion during tough times and help you to avoid accumulating debt. While paying off debt can help, try to pay off high interest debt as quickly as possible to reduce financial stress and free up cash flow. Cut back on unnecessary expenses. Folks, evaluate your expenses and cut back on non-essential items. Focus on the essentials and look for ways to save money, such as using coupons, shopping sales, or negotiating bills. While diversifying your income, consider adding additional sources of income, such as freelance work or a part-time job to supplement your main income and provide more financial stability. Invest wisely. During recession, stock prices may drop, but this can be an opportunity to invest in quality companies that are undervalued. However, it's important to do your research and invest wisely to avoid unnecessary risks. Stay positive and proactive. While it can be easy to feel overwhelmed during a recession, it's important to stay positive and take proactive steps to protect your financial well-being. Stay informed about the economy and be willing to adapt and make changes as needed. I wish you all the best and hope you're prepared for what is about to happen to us all very soon. Thank you guys so much for watching. You guys take care. Be safe. I'll see you real soon.